So as you can see, I've made the pier that goes on the layout, and these are going to sit on there. Now after setting this on the layout and putting these on there, they'll probably sit like this. I thought it might be nice to have a flat roof on this that's a deck that goes as a walkway to the upper level, and then there's a thin walkway that goes over to this door right here. And we're going to use the wood that came in the kit for these two. These two, it came with these wood pieces that you use for your for the piers. Okay, so I just have to figure out. Well, first I gotta. It's kind of hard now, but I've got to cut that flat. It's going to be tricky. This one, the bracing in there is kind of high, so I'm going to have to first cut the bracing down. Now, very carefully, try to cut this. Okay, we'll stain this, get that glued on, and then we have quite a bit of trim that came in the kit, so we're going to need to put trim. Now that's flush in the back with that lower building. The bottom of this deck is level with the bottom of this second story. So if we wrap that deck around and go over to that, that would make it in front of that door, so it's got to be below it. So you'll have to step down a little bit right there, and that's fine. What we'll do is, how big do we want that? Looking for my mechanical pencil, and I think it's in the other room I used it on the layout. I'll show you in a second what I'm planning here. Okay, I've got other tools in the other room. Give me a second, I gotta grab them. Okay. Okay, we're going to cut away that. And then this gets glued underneath there. Wait a minute. That's not right. Measure twice, cut once. Okay. Yeah, we almost made a big mistake there. Now, need to cut that. But these blades, I'm going to get a brand new blade. And let me show you something quick. You can buy these on Amazon. And you can see Sharp's container. And this is, geez, maybe it's probably a quarter of the way full. And then when this is full, I can just throw this whole container away. So it goes all the way underneath. And then this one goes over the top of it. And then we'll have to put railings around this. We have quite a bit of room over here, and I am thinking about there is a kit, an N scale kit that I sell called Dalton's. It's a background kit. I'll show you right here. So you can see there's two thin walls that go on each side, and it's meant to go up against the wall or your backdrop. But I'm thinking of cutting it right there, using this as the side wall. I would have to cut some wood to make the other two walls. That would complete this. Yeah, that'll go there, and then I just need to cut a back wall for that. Okay, I just stained the decking with murky brown. Now, I did some sanding towards the bottom. Just roughed it up. Like I said, towards the bottom and the bottom of the little pop-outs here. Same on this one. Now I'm going to take raw umber and stain the bottom portion. And that raw wood that I exposed with the sandpaper is going to get stained. It's a start, but it's not dark enough. So it's nice. I'll go up higher than what I thought. It's definitely weathering it. So if you hold it at an angle, I don't think I'd hold it completely straight up and down, but if you hold it at an angle, it kind of runs. Now we'll come in after this all dries and also weather it with some pastel chalks. Okay, I'll do the same on this one. Okay, I just glued that deck on. And I put it on the edge. Pressed it down good and tight. Okay, now we'll glue this one on. Okay, that deck's glued on. And you can see it just slides underneath that one. Alright, I just did light dry brushing of desert sand over all the walls. Okay, let's work on the rooftops. Okay, the rooftops are done, and I actually painted a bunch of the detail parts and got them put on too. Now there's even more detail parts that I don't even have on here yet. I'm going to wait until it's on the base and then glue some detail parts around this. Now I recut the roof card. I don't have, I don't know, it was kind of like this here. This might have been it. And there was a, well, there was a triangle, like at this end here, there's a triangle that would have went on that end, and the roof went just like that. I just took a piece of cardboard. You could use like a cereal box, and I cut a new roof. I just extended it. So I think that looks a little better. Okay, now we have to put railings along here, out, along the front, back, and then the whole back. Now the plan is to have a ramp that goes to the upper level here. So I'm going to have to leave a space in that railing in the back. And the kit comes with plenty of wood. Plenty of wood. Well, because you're supposed to build, for these two, you're supposed to build wooden piers that they sit on. So we're going to use all that wood for our railings. And I don't know if you noticed, I added trim all around our decking. Even on the back. Okay, so I'm going to take all this wood and paint it that khaki color. Okay, it is finished. I won't lie, it took me a long time to build these railings. And I did not leave an opening in the back just because I wanted to show you that with these two kits, everything provided in these two kits will make this right here. Let me take the camera off and give you a closer look. Filming it, I noticed I've still got some glue drying. I missed part of the railing. I need to put a straight piece right there in the middle. There's so much wood. You should probably put angled pieces for support in here. Maybe in the back too. So many great possibilities with this. Absolutely love it. Okay, now let's see. Okay, I think it's going to sit like that. Okay, I think that's it for today's video. Join me tomorrow and we'll paint and weather the concrete and do our tall structure that fits on the end. And then we'll also add more detail parts. And we also have to put some pilings in the front of this and maybe a ladder going up the front with some rope. We'll detail it. All right, thank you all so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. And until next time, stay motivated and happy modeling, everyone.